Alright. I think this is working. Kaimak, don't go that way. My hand's full. Okay. We are going to the bar. We are going to the bar. It's been a long time. Kaimak, come on. Oh no. God damn, he's taking a shit. Forgot the bags. Nobody's seeing. Okay, let's go. Nobody will. Oh. We are going to the bar. Gotta walk a bit more. We know the most important question that we gotta ask, right? I mean, they gave me at the best bar in Gdynia, Donegal, huh? So they must do it here, yeah? Oh yeah, we're getting here, where everybody knows my name. Well, I guess everybody does now. Well, not my name, just the name of a website. Let's see here. Oh yeah, here we are. It's the bar. Let's see. Can I go in with the dog or what? Let's see. Maybe I should have you here. Let's try. Come on. Let's go meet the drunkards. Can we go with the dog? I think we can. Wait, I gotta remove the glasses. Oh, sorry there, pal. Come here. I think we can be outside. Just gotta ask the rest of the room. Come here, man. Come here. Come on. Quick, I gotta ask. Get. This is nice, huh? Sit. There you go. Gotta wait for my turn, you know. Yeah, I know. What's up, boy? Look like a grown-up baby. There you go. Tengo que esperar un poco. Es servicio europeo, entonces no es rápido.
Dígame, hola.
Hola, ¿habla inglés?
No, no.
Ok, no hay problema. ¿Puedo tener una cerveza pequeña gratis?
¿Por qué? ¿Por qué gratis?
Porque en todos los bares que voy pido siempre y me dan.
Ay, caray, qué suerte tienes. Pues yo
Vale.
me tuve que levantar hoy para trabajar.
Vale. Estoy bromeando. Solo una cerveza pequeña. ¿Cuánto es?
2.50.
Vale, puede ser. ¿Qué tiene para beber de cerveza?
Tengo Estrella, Mao.
Puede ser Estrella. Es mejor que Okocim. Cerveza polaca de mierda. Vale. ¿Me puedo sentar allá, sí?
Donde quieras.
Vale, voy a dejar el perro allá. Anda, Kaimak. At least they got better beer here. It's not like Poland. Come here. Oh, this is the sound of the TV. That's fine. We can see it here. There we go. Isn't this a fine scenery there? There you go, man. Where can I put you? Oh boy, come here. Sit, or else you get smacked. Alright. Wait a moment. It's 250, right? I think I got 50 here. 50, alright. Yeah, I got the 250. Yeah.
Vale. Ah, para. Sí, no, daba chida.
Rápido, tengo que hacer un show. Para mí.
Sí, ya te la llevo.
Ah, sí, aquí tiene.
¿Quieres
2 y
una
medio.
tapita? ¿Quieres una tapita? ¿Algo para comer?
No, solo beber, gracias. Alright, this is service, huh? Okay. Okay, you can see here. Kaimak, come here, Kaimak. Come here, boy. There you go. No, I guess this doesn't work there. Come here, sit here. Oh yeah, this is the life. Esto sí, muy bueno. Muchas gracias. Okay, I gotta adjust this thing here. Is this good now? Oh yeah. I hope it's not giving away where I am. Can you see the sign? No, I can't see. Like in many places I've been, so okay, I'm pouring here a beer. There you go. Sorry for the background noise. There you go. Fine estrella. Levantar, it's like 5:40. Anyway, let's start. So, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. It's the Cyber News Show. We're trying something different today. Hey! Everybody needs to have a break from now and then, yeah? And this is not a business expense, by the way. Usually in bars, people exchange information, yeah? They come here to talk, to gossip, exchange stories, learn the word that's around town, yeah? Not the English children's book I had to use. So long before social media, yeah, bars were one of the original social networks, unlike Facebook, where information is not accurate at all, yeah? So intelligence officers, journalists, business deals, relationships all started in a bar, yeah? So wars probably also started in a bar, yeah? Like the one we're having now. There's always something to talk about when we're having a drink. And you always meet the most peculiar characters, yeah? Sorry, I got a notification. Now, I wasn't going to bars in Portugal. I wasn't allowed to. And, in Krakow, I wasn't really a regular anywhere. But in Warsaw, oh my God, I went to the best bar in town where everybody knows your name, yeah? Everybody knows your name. Like I said, everybody knows my name now, apparently. But, everybody's name here, I know them too, is a bunch of peasant hillbilly drunkards who can't speak a lick of English, yeah. But anyway, people, about people. Some of the characters I met in Warsaw, man, you can't write this shit. I need a breather here. Sorry, I need a zip here. Give me a second. I'm unloading a lot today. So, I met a PX Ranger gear dude who wants to do a coup d'etat, NCAA high school toothless dropout who loves hopecore, a mentally ill and clinically depressed little girl who took a arrow to the head, not the knee, catfish little girl who dressed like the lady of the night, a Turkish lady boy, and a wannabe DJ that dressed scantily or like a stripper while listening to shitty EDM, waiting for the next girl or man. And the fake-ass Irish ginger running a fake-ass Irish bar who all the bartenders are Turkish. That's a mouthful, yeah. And imagine this, all while beer poisoning a puppy dog. But that's another video for another time. A promise is a promise. I do have to make that video. Sorry, I need to organize it here. Now, in cybersecurity, talks happen in bars too, yeah? Because information is everything. We collect information, I'm centered, right? We investigate it, analyze it, verify it, and sometimes we discover that information can be completely wrong. Sometimes a researcher motives, yeah? Or the narrative built around it, yeah? For example, about the security researcher fighting Microsoft. Criminals walking into buildings, pretending to be trusted people. Technology's growing dependence and obsession with AI. All this connecting, all these stories which are in the description. It's all about trust. Who do we trust? Microsoft? Researchers? Strangers? AI? The bar owner I just mentioned who wants to water down drinks, underpour, use more rice, or give salty snacks, all to make customers more thirsty, to buy more drinks, and also continue to be alcoholic or alcohol dependent. Perhaps the most important, should we trust all of them? I mean, not only the bar people, I mean everyone I mentioned before. So you should all grab a drink, sit back, and like Clint Eastwood used to say, beers to you. So there you go, have a little. I'll give you a tip for your troubles, don't worry. So about the security researcher. The biggest cybersecurity story this week wasn't ransomware, and it wasn't data breach, and it wasn't a vulnerability or a nation-state operation. It was a fight, a very public fight between Microsoft and a security researcher named Nightmare Eclipse, if I remember correctly. And depending on who you ask, you know, this researcher can be a whistleblower, or maybe someone pushed too far, maybe irresponsible. You know, the modern version of David fighting Goliath. But before we discuss all of this, we gotta remember the timeline, because it has been happening for some weeks. Sorry. According to the public reporting, you know, this researcher was finding vulnerabilities that affected Windows mechanisms, yeah. And you sometimes think, you know, that vulnerability process, you know, the disclosure of vulnerabilities, that is very trivial, is very linear or straightforward, yeah. That you find a bug, you report it, you know, the company fixes it, everybody's happy. But the reality, you know, is not really like that, yeah, especially for independent researchers. So, you know, a lot of people don't understand, you know, everybody loves the idea of being an independent security researcher, of bug bounty, and, you know, finding vulnerabilities and getting paid for it, yeah. But what nobody talks about is the fact that when you become independent, your livelihood becomes dependent on somebody else's, yeah. So you discover the vulnerability, you report it, and then what? So what? You wait, yeah. You wait for the company's decision, whether it matters, when it gets fixed, if it gets acknowledged, whether it gets disclosed, and decides, of course, whether if you get paid in cash, in money, or meaningless swag that nobody wants, yeah. So you have very little control over the process, yeah. So in many ways you become hostage to this vendor's disclosure timeline, yeah. If the vendor ever discloses it, yeah, because good luck, sometimes it doesn't happen. So this is one of the reasons why disclosure disputes are happening all the time. So, you know, there's always a disagreement between both parties, researchers and vendors. Researcher says this needs fixing now. Companies say, I'll get to it eventually. This tension has actually been existing for a long time, yeah. And so things eventually escalate, yeah. So in this story, the exploit code went public, was Blue Hammer, Red Sun, Yellow Key, and some other three, I'm forgetting now. And many of them, like I said, were targeting, you know, security mechanisms themselves, yeah. So Windows Defender, privilege boundaries, BitLocker, you know, functionality related to that, cloud filter components, and security, you know, it's security that millions of people depend, even the drunkards here in the bar, they depend on it every day. And this is where the story became impossible to ignore, because reports emerged that some techniques were appearing in real-world attacks. So this is actually where the debate became much more complicated, you see, because now we're just not talking about research, yeah, we're talking about exploit code that criminals can use, yeah, they can potentially use. Some defenders said the researcher crossed the line. Others argued that Microsoft ignored the warnings long enough and created this situation purposefully. So the community split, yeah. And what happened recently this week was that GitHub suspended the researcher's account. So all the repositories disappeared. People started asking questions. Is this moderation? Is this censorship? Is this actually being responsible on managing the platform? So there was a whole debate around this. And then the researcher created a repo or an account on GitLab, and they also removed, you know, these repositories. So one platform removes, it's one thing, but two platforms, big ones, removing, it's another. So they started paying attention, and people started paying attention. Mainstream media, yeah, tech media even, got attention on this. You saw a lot of articles on Hacker News, Reddit, all over Reddit as well. So everybody suddenly have an opinion, yeah. And then Microsoft obviously responds publicly. The researcher responds publicly. You get the commentators like me, the yeah, the security research as well. So now it's not only about vulnerabilities and the disclosure; it's about the power. Yeah, who controls disclosure, who controls information, when does the public get to know all of this? So these are actually very difficult questions to answer because we have actually seen this before. It's just that the names change, the companies change, the technology changes as well. But the arguments are actually the same because back in the early 2000s, there was a huge fight over full disclosure. Yeah, should vulnerabilities be released immediately? Should vendors get time? How much time? So there was never an agreement actually, and still there isn't, as you see. Yeah. So, eventually, we see that the debate is never ending. Yeah, it's just evolving. Yeah. I personally think I need a drink right now. And that this story is resonating with a lot of researchers around the world, yeah. Not necessarily because they agree with the release of the exploits or, because of the both side of the argument, because they understand the frustration, yeah. Because when you are independent, you're always negotiating with people who are in a higher position than you. There's an imbalance, yeah, and it creates tension. So this explains why so many people are paying attention to this. Again, like last week, this isn't just a Microsoft story, yeah? This is a story really about vulnerability disclosure itself, the timeline, and this is still one of the most controversial cybersecurity topics I think there is. Give me a second here, I need to catch my breath. I hope I'm not, bothering these people, yeah. They have never heard about cybersecurity before, probably, or English language for that matter. This is something here. I will tip the lady in the end for our troubles. Yeah. I'm sorry, notification. Right. So the other story was about social engineering, the real world. Yeah. So humans are still the best exploit. Yeah. I think FBI is warning about social engineering happening. I don't know what are the establishments, I forget now, but basically they are pretending to be legitimate personnel. Can you just imagine, for example, person walking through a door in a bar, sitting at the bar stool over there, and wearing a pizza uniform, pretending to be a pizza delivery man, just to be able to get past the first level of pathways on Toastmasters, yeah. And somehow that still didn't work, yeah. But anyway, that's another story for another time, yeah. So people think social engineering is dead. It isn't dead, yeah. So they think the awareness training is solving the social engineering, yeah. It's awareness training companies. It is not indeed, yeah. And the technology is solving also the human problem, and it hasn't. So social engineering is not really attacking computers, it's attacking trust, because humans naturally trust people who appear legitimate, like me. I'm a foreigner here in Spain, and they immediately believe I'm legitimate and I'm loaded with cash. Yeah? So it's about confidence, authority, and these things still work. Sorry. People expect suspicious people because they look suspicious, yeah, and attackers know this, so they don't look suspicious, yeah. They look ordinary, like the guy delivering pizza, yeah. Or, for example, someone going to clean the bar, a courier, an IT technician, yeah, like from DIGI, yeah, or DIGI, whatever the name is. So these people become invisible, yeah. So I have to say that Kevin Mitnick was indeed right. He built an entire career around this, yeah, demonstrating this. Technology wasn't the weakness, and it still isn't. The people are, as we see here, the weak people here drinking alcohol. That remains true today. So we spend millions on firewalls, millions on EDR, threat intel, SIEM, and then somebody just holds the door open for an attacker because they don't want to seem rude. Yeah. Well, in that case, I think social engineering will never work in Poland at all. But that's the reality, yeah. Technology evolves rapidly, human psychology evolves very slowly, and attackers understand that better than most defenders. Now, the most strangest thing I saw this week is not some of the stuff I witnessed around Spain. It's again about artificial intelligence, again and again and again, or actually more accurately, the people losing their minds over it. Yeah, because I saw like several articles. Yeah, some are like opinion pieces, some actual news. I know they all seem unrelated to each other, even though they are AI. But the more I thought about them, really, the more they appear to be describing the exact same phenomenon, which is AI psychosis. Yeah, it's an idea that certain people have become so convinced that AI will solve everything that critical thinking just starts disappearing. Yeah, and we all met these people. I'm not talking about the people who doom scroll on Instagram. You need a website, you need a therapist, just use AI. You need a girlfriend, don't answer that one. But then you have like the opposite argument, that people who are refusing AI entirely usually are starving artists. Yeah. So it's strange because AI is not going away. At this point, refusing the AI is completely like refusing search engines back in 2005. Yeah. So technology exists, it's part of the world. Just the question is, are you going to use it? Yeah, how to use it properly. And once you spend enough time, around AI-generated content, you start noticing, phrases, structures, writing styles, the same crap images over and over, used by someone who writes peer-to-peer instead of peer-to-peer. I mean, the fruit, not the quality, as I saw in academia. So the weird corporate optimism as well, unnecessary bullet points, excessive enthusiasm. Never mind, that was already there. I saw it in Cisco. The M dashes using LinkedIn posts, like I saw from his App Academy. So you start recognizing it immediately, yeah? And sometimes models disagree as well, as I've seen. So sometimes they disagree dramatically, yeah? So AI is not producing objective truth, yeah? It's just producing probabilities. It's actually, all of this is reminding me of when in an English course that I did, somebody accused me of using AI. I found it deeply offensive. Me, a person working in IT, who knows cybersecurity, using AI. Come on, man. Who do you think I am? I have no idea why anyone would suspect such a thing, man. I certainly haven't spent thousands of hours testing AI systems. I have definitely haven't used AI to summarize technical documents, or even review writing, or brainstorm ideas, or to write my scripts for this show. The biggest risk isn't AI. Isn't AI hallucination. It's human